Legally, you have to take me seriously. I'm all for a mommy's milkies moment. Yes, sometimes I encourage it. In fact, I crave the male lead to sucky on them. But I'm not exaggerating when I say Milton has the biggest set of milkers I've ever seen on a male cow. Oh, I'm sorry. You thought that by the title alone, this is going to be your normal smut? I told you I will read just about anything at this point, and did I find my anything? I don't know how to wear this also, so forgive me. I just thought it was cute and it fit for the video. Mr. A's farm took the extremes of furry and anamorphic and almost made me ashamed to read. But it takes a lot to embarrass me and to embarrass my reading reveals. So let's explore our animalistic sexuality together, my friends. Shall we? Our main boy is introduced to us by a man down on his luck with life and wanting to go back to his roots of a farm. Very simple. He grew up on a farm that his uncle owned, but there was some sort of incident that happened to where he was no longer allowed back on this farm. But he's back now and excited to start all over again. Oh, and a note came in from his uncle as well requesting said help on the said farm. So who is he to say no? He loved the farm. Well, our main boy, Little A, as we will call him, arrived on this farm and is immediately introduced to our anamorphic pig and dog, as well as a scientist. He's searching along the farm when we run into Little Milton, who asks him for help with his dad, who's stuck in the barn. Doesn't really know why, but he just knows that he's stuck in there and he needs help getting out. Little A goes to investigate, and what do we find? Milton's milkers tied up to a machine that is trying to suck all the milk out of them big ass titties. But despite the obvious BDSM bait, there's a big problem. Milton can't stop the machine from milking until he gets the milk out. Well, Little A runs away because he's not into that. It's freaky. It's weird. That's the end of the story, guys. That's what I'm here to tell you. That's why I dress like this. I look ridiculous. No, I look cute as hell. Come on now. And Little A went in. He is the biggest freak of us all. He goes right up to Milton, who is blindfolded, by the way. I don't know if that's required to milk him, but he's blindfolded. And notices Milton has an erection. How the plot thickens. What else is he to do but strip Milton down and jack him off and to finger him to relax? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. He and all of our animal people have both parts. Oh, also at some point, Little A realizes Milton has inverted nipples. I think he notices that immediately. I just forgot to mention that because it didn't seem as important until just right now at this very moment. I'm pretty sure that's why he was getting freaky with Milton, because it would stimulate him to have his nipples pop right on out. Well, we have milk, and we have lots of it. I think it's enough for like 6 or 8 jugs, you know, those like classic jugs that you see on like cartoons and stuff. Yeah, filled up like 6 or 8 of those. He's very proud of himself, Milton. Great job. That's where Little A meets a man in charge of this whole initiative with our anamorphics. Essentially, the good old government, it noticed that the anamorphics were popping up. You know, they would just change, like, you know, superheroes. Right. They would just change in the middle of the day, and he wanted to have them produce whatever their animal is to produce. Milton, milk, you know, cow milk, chicken eggs. There are those that aren't able to produce these things and basically call them defective. Well, they are sent over to Big A, who wants to give them a new life and allow them to still feel human despite their anamorphic powers. Little A is fed all of this information by the government man. He's brought in to the government initiative. So Little A is hired because Big A is actually missing. They say he just like up and left for some reason. We still don't really know why. The next day, Milton's horny ass thanks Little A immensely for helping him get milked. Right. And asks him to help him anytime he needs to get out his milk. Little A obliges because he is a freakazoid, and immediately gets to working on the farm with the non-humanoid animals. There are a couple workers and regular animals about. There's like regular chickens, regular cows, sheep, all that, and there are workers on the farm. Little A goes into a flow state when we are quickly introduced to our lovely baby boy Kendrick. Kendrick is a chicken who lays eggs and is currently in the process of laying eggs. However, they are trapped inside of Kendrick. We have to have Mr. Manager, Little A, coming to the rescue. first, little A tries to do the same thing on Kendrick as he did on Milton by rubbing his junk, but that doesn't really open Kendrick's uterus. So little A has made the executive decision to suck and lick Kendrick's swollen clit and finger his hole to open the cervix. After some time, Kendrick delivers beautiful baby eggs. They're just regular eggs, no chicks, because there's nothing to fertilize the eggs. And I think Kendrick said he orgasmed him 5 or 6 times. I love that for him. But little A is sad when Kendrick fries up his eggs after he begged little A not to take his eggs away. A little backstory here: Kendrick had one other push of eggs before little A joined back on the farm. It was really scary for Kendrick because he believed he couldn't lay eggs because he was defective. Well, as one does, he became really attached to his eggs and did not want them to be let go. Big A told the government agency, and they took the eggs away from Kendrick, and Big A promised to never let it happen again. The scientist on the farm gave Kendrick medicine to stop him from forming eggs, and basically they dissolved. Kind of at some point he stopped taking the medicine, or maybe they ran out of the medicine, one of the two, so now he is back to laying eggs. And the reason why Big A did this, I believe, is because Kendrick wanted to feel human. He didn't like the fact that he was an anamorphic. He just wanted to feel a sense of normalcy. And I think Big A kind of confused that sense of normalcy with what his animal instincts are to protect his eggs, to protect himself and his eggs and his livestock. You get it. But I don't think Big A understood at that point. So little A vows to help Kendrick deliver his eggs, eat them or save them, whatever Kendrick wants to do with him. He also proposes to have little chicks together, and not only do I want to see that, I literally need that in my life. I literally need to see them have baby chicks created, and then I want to see them birth. I want to see it all. I really just want to see the cutest little fucking baby chicks between Kendrick and little A. I'm curious if they will look like humans. I'm sure they will. I just want to see how that works. Well, we also find out some tea from Kendrick because little A is now his man and he has to spill his tea with his man, right? You gotta tell him all the business. So the other workers on the farm are also rejects from the government program, like sheep, a goat, I think. There's some other ones there. I just didn't really pay attention because I didn't care after that. After I knew Kendrick and little A were little cutesy, shoving their balls together, I was like, okay, I don't really care about who else is on the farm. They've just been, hiding their bodies, keeping them covered because Big A has been telling them to, again, to get that similarity of normalness, of humanizing them, but it doesn't really work. They didn't really like it. They like to, have their fur out. Oh, and Kendrick is also telling little A, letting it be known that he's pretty sure Big A and Fluffy have fucked. Take that for normalcy, Big A. Nasty ass. I kind of want to see that. But yeah, so that big ass man dog from the beginning when little A arrived on the farm, he's pretty sure he's been fucking Big A because Kendrick and Big A used to be drinking buddies, and he's pretty sure he heard them going to town. And I like to think that Fluffy and Big A take turns being tops and bottoms because they are really beefy boys, and I personally want to see that. Moving on. Now, the pig and the scientist have been scheming something, and the scientist wants the pig to take out little A. He feels like he's a nuisance, he's just in the way, he's doing stuff on the farm that he doesn't really agree with. But everybody has been saying how nice little A is and how he's been helping everyone with their defects. So instead of stabbing him with some poison-like thing, he lets him live. But I think he tells him or shows him that the scientists and the government are in some weird shit. But I really don't remember, and I didn't feel like going back to reread right at this moment. So I'm just telling you something happened with the pig and little A, and now they're in cahoots together. Also, the scientist was either fucking or had some machine experiment thing he was fucking. But the nerve of him to be mad at little A for sucking on a clit to get eggs out of Kendrick is baffling to me. You're fucking some weird little bug looking thing. I don't even know what it was. It looked gross, but he was getting off to it. But don't want to suck a clit of a chicken? Come on now. Let's be real. Honestly. So where we're left off is with Big A is attempting to return back to the farm. Milton being happy with his titties, being able to produce milk. And I think that this is that raw milk that I would probably drink. I'd drink it straight from the titty. Yeah. There's literally no reason for me to have it in a container. Maybe it's already pasteurized as it's a human being and our bodies run really hot. I'm making shit up at this point. But I would drink it straight from the titty. Like breast milk. I would just, And Kendrick has another set of eggs, and, little A had to suck and lick and jerk and do all the delicious things to get them out. He got them out, they're safe, and then he ate them the next day, so fruits of his labor. Love that for him. I'm really excited to see where the mangaka takes this next. It's only like 30 chapters, I think, or maybe probably less than that. So it's a very short, fun read, but I'm really excited to see where the mangaka takes this next. I would love to see more defects from the other anamorphics, how Big A would handle them now, because little A's focus is Kendrick. That's his baby daddy. So you can't have little A sucking and jerking anyone other than Milton and Kendrick, because that's his baby. Kendrick is his baby daddy, and then Milton is like his side piece. Like, so I would love to see how Big A takes care of them, or someone else that joins the farm, or how they take care of each other's defect. Kendrick and little A. And maybe just a little bit of Milton, getting assistance with their inverted nipples. I need to see Big A and Fluffy reuniting in bed, because Fluffy is down bad. He misses Big A. Like, misses to the point to where I'm like, oh, so y'all are fucking. Got it. Heard. For sure. I also want to know the deal with that freaky ass scientist and why Big A was missing and where he disappeared to. But I really came for the smut and I stayed for the story. However, I can definitely use more smut. I would never deny it, because it's really nice and I love the art style, so I'm not upset by it in the slightest. Have you read Mr. A's Farm, or are you going to? Let me know down below. Am I a furry, or what am I? I guess that would be the good question. Also, be sure to like and subscribe. It does help. And I have a Discord. Let's talk about what you think happened to get little A being banned. And don't forget to suggest a manhwa for me to read next. And as always, stay slutty, my friends.